We're live. This is so exciting. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving week and weekend. And we're here to talk about everything Christmas that we've been watching, in particular to focus a little more on the non-Hallmark stuff that we've been watching, but I'll briefly talk about some of the Hallmark as well. The last live stream that we did here on Hallmarkies was on the 16th. And so we've got a couple weeks. I've got a couple weeks to fill everybody in on, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm film critic Chris Wagner, and Jasmine's here.
Hey, everybody.
Yay! And we have the chat room open. So if you have comments, if you want to talk about what we're talking about, we'd love to have that. And you can do a super chat if you have a particular question or something that you want us to talk about and answer. We would love that, because that go back to help the podcast and help us to do more. So check out the super chat, and so yeah, it'll be great. And how have you been? Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Jasmine?
I did. Y'all, I was full. It made no sense at all. Like, I literally left my aunt's house. You know, like those, if you guys have like a Smart and Final where you guys live, you know those big 8 cartons, like the get 150. My aunt have one of those boxes. I took like 5 plates home. And yes, Miko did get some turkey, which he's still eating on.
Yeah. Yeah, I had for a couple days. I had because I went to my parents for Thanksgiving, and they just sent me home with a pretty good Tupperware full.
Those are the good things.
Yeah,
And
so that was nice.
and now everybody's trying to do like the recreating of like the leftovers of everything. And to come and think about it, I didn't get my chicken, my turkey pot pie from my aunt yet. So I'm not sure she made one this year, because it started like a few years ago that we started making chicken pot pie. I think over 10 years ago, we started making chicken pot pies. The next day, like, we made this big one, like the old school, like, roasted pan, and then evolved into like mini ones and all this other good stuff. But this year, I saw someone on IG posted Thanksgiving nachos. Yeah, they put like the dressing or the stuffing, depending on what you eat there. I eat both, but I usually eat dressing. They put the turkey on there. Some people put like mashed potatoes if you have it, or green beans. And they put like the cranberry sauce on top. They put the cheese on it.
Yeah, you could do like a cranberry salsa. That would be good.
That sounds good, actually.
Yeah, that would be good. I'm getting hungry.
In the refrigerator, actually. Like,
let's stop this spot. We'll stop this live stream right away. But yeah, we really are curious for your feedback as far as the live streams. That's just sort of a new approach that I'm taking for this year for the non-Hallmark, and we'd love to hear what you think. If you think it's a good idea, if you like it, let us know in the comments. But how do you feel about the Hallmark season as a whole? Have you been able to watch much?
I've been watching here and there. Like, last week has been kind of like my downtime of catching up with sleep, because I've been doing so much between like work and church and everything. I'm like, I just want to watch some Christmas movies. But I usually tell everybody, I don't start watching Christmas hardcore until after Thanksgiving. So now I'm slowly watching it. But I did catch the Tiding of Seasons, I think it was, with Tamara Morian.
Yeah, Tidings of the Season. Yeah, for the season. You like that one?
Yes, the son stole the show. He protect him at all costs. Hallmark, please make sure he's in all future productions. Like, he stole the show. He stole my heart. I don't care.
Yeah. He was pretty cute. He was very, very perky. Yeah.
Yes. Just the first line when he first got on screen, I sit here like, you just won America's heart, and we appreciate you this holiday season.
Yeah. Did you get a chance? Did you go see Wicked?
I did not. Unfortunately, I went to go see Zootopia 2 with my cousin and my aunt in 3D, y'all.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
Oh my gosh, y'all! Yeah. I loved it. I think I'm about to watch it again, y'all. I was not expecting the plot twist at all. It took me back. I was talking with like, he's like a coach on IG. So he DM'd me when he saw my picture. He was like, "Is this worth watching?" I'm like, y'all, it took me back to watch. I'm not sure, Rachel, you watched it. Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie.
Oh yeah, I can see
It took me
that.
it took me back to that scene where the guy who got like ding in the middle, it had me a whole flashback when it happened. I was
Yeah.
like, it got dark real quick, but it was like dark real quick, and I was like, OMG! But it was everything.
Yeah. Well, and I thought they did a really good job of like making it an actual mystery this time, and whereas last time it really felt like an all-out fable.
I love those fables.
It was like practically like a Mother's Goose story. Like the allegory was so strong. But this one, I felt with the reptiles and everything, there was a message there, but I just felt like it was a lot more even keeled, just a little less heavy handed than the first one. So I actually think I might like the second one better than the first one.
Everyone's
I like them both, but
no, a lot of people have been saying this has been a great.
I think it's just as funny, and I think the messaging is a little bit more subtle and nuanced.
Yeah, I feel like it was building from like the first movie to the second movie. So I'm like,
okay, yeah, I can see that.
It gave you like the groundwork of like what Zootopia is in the first movie and everything like that. But then the second one is taking it up a notch. I'm like, wait, there's different neighborhoods. Yeah. I'm like, this is getting more deeper than I'm like, wow. But I love the buildup, and I love someone made a comment on one of the posts saying that. Like people say, oh, this is the greatest movie. I will watch it and see, because the greatest sequel of all time to me is going to be Shrek 2, which I cannot deny.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing though, is DreamWorks as opposed to Disney. DreamWorks almost always does better sequels than the originals. Like, I mean, Kung Fu Panda 2 better than their Shrek 2, better than the original. How to Train a Dragon, they're all pretty good, but like, just almost all of their franchises, the sequel is better.
Like, it makes no sense, and it just cream the crop.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, that's definitely better than the first Puss in Boots.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I think I'm not gonna lie. I wish they could still go back in their DreamWorks bag and start adding more like our biblical stories. Because remember, Prince of Egypt was the second movie that they created from like
no, it was the first, and then they did Joseph after.
Yeah. Joseph went straight to like DVD, but I still have it on a 2-disc.
Yeah, but, what's the best about Joseph? That Joseph is that song Better Than I.
Oh my
that
God.
Is such a good song. It is beautiful.
Okay, y'all know
it's like so random to have such a good song like hidden in the middle of this direct to DVD, animated movie, but it's a really good song.
So remember, you guys, do not sleep on DreamWorks sequels, you guys. Doesn't matter if it hits like theaters or on direct DVD. Like, seriously.
You show the way I gave. It's such a good song. If you haven't heard it, look it up. It's really good. Look it up. All right. Well, let's talk about some Christmas movies. Yes. And I probably will give some thoughts on some others, some other movies, towards the end, and some theater that I've seen and stuff. But let's talk about the first movie since the last recap was Champagne Problems. This is on Netflix. And I enjoyed this. This is extremely basic. Like, if you're wanting something that's like clever, out of the box, nope. This is like your standard template romantic comedy. But as a fan of romantic comedies, I enjoyed it. Like, this is the kind of romantic comedy that is like almost completely 100% reliant on the chemistry and the star power of its leads. And so they have Minka Kelly and Tom Wazaniska, and they had good chemistry. She goes over there to Paris to basically purchase his vineyard that they make his champagne company. And so like at first they have like a meet cute. They don't realize that who she is. And then they are kind of business rivals, and it's completely basic, the plot, but I enjoyed it.
You know what? I'm going to pencil that in to watch, because it's actually a different take, because you always say, okay, it's a wine vineyard, but I've never been to a champagne, like winery per se. I don't think I'm saying that correctly. It's a winery, but a champagne like
vineyard. Yeah, I don't know if I think it would still be a vineyard. Champagne vineyard. I mean,
well, we have the grace out of champagne. Maybe like put me on game, you guys.
I don't know. I'm not a wine person, sorry, or a champagne person, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you just have to kind of know that this is this is your formula rom-com, but it's fun. You know, you just have to know how much you like those. And of course, we like them here on the podcast. So I enjoyed it. Then the next Christmas movie that I saw would be Melt My Heart This Christmas. We talked about that. There's a whole episode that we did with Savannah Carlisle. I did not love this one. I thought it was pretty bad. The only saving grace was the mean diva boss. She was pretty good. The actress left it all on the screen. She tried her hardest, but the plot and the chemistry was absolutely not there. And I just thought it's like it just drove me crazy because I'm like, this woman is the big scandal is that she's this artist. They have an emerging artist booth. She is an emerging artist. Like, there's no scandal here. Like, she was literally, that's the whole purpose of the booth. There's no reason she would keep that a secret. There's no reason that she would pretend to not be at the booth, which is what it's supposed to be. So, like, it was just so, I just didn't like it. I did not like the script.
Like, did it at least put like a cardboard person there for her? Like, make it, now if I need to watch this before I complain too, but.
No, it's definitely, this is one you can skip. It's not good. Then I saw, I haven't talked about it yet, but let me talk about 31 Candles. So this is technically, it's not really a Hanukkah movie, but it's about.
That's a good question. Where are we getting some Hanukkah movies? I even see it on the list.
So we only have one that is coming out. I think it might even be the last movie. Or no, that baby one is the last one, but it's the one before that is the Hanukkah movie, but there's only one this year. But 31 Candles, it's about this man named Leo who is kind of struggling, and he decides that he's going to get his study and do his bat mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
He never did it when he was younger, and so now he wants to do it. That's why it's called 31 Candles. He wants to do it as he's 30. And he's kind of doing it also to impress this woman that he thinks is beautiful, and just his experience. I wouldn't even necessarily say this is a rom-com, even though Jonah Feingold, he loves rom-coms. He's sort of championed the rom-com. He's been on the podcast a number of times. I love him. I think he's great. So he's the lead in this. It also has Sarah Coffey, and it's really cute. It's charming, nice characters. You like spending time with them. And so I think that this is one worth seeking out. It's getting like a very, very small rollout, but it'll be on streaming before too long. And I recommend it. It's I liked his progression as a character, the things that he learns from doing the bat mitzvah, things he learns about himself, about his community, about it's a well done script, I think, and it's just a nice little movie.
You know what? Sign me up for that.
31 Candles.
No, it's sign me up for that, because I think the last time we did something like that, or Hallmark did something like that, was with Alexis Vega when she had like her 30th. Like, I guess her quinceañera.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. I like that. Yeah, that was good. I liked that. And she did the quinceañera, which she never got to do. Yeah, that's it's similar. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That's a good comparison. And so yeah, 31 Candles. I recommend checking that one out.
Sorry, when I think of 31 Candles, I think of like 16 Candles.
I know.
Cult classic. You gotta go with that.
Yes. And so then we have Jingle Bell Heist. This is the next one coming from on Netflix. And this is a lot of fun. If you're getting tired of the sort of squeaky clean Hallmark Christmas movies, you need a break. This would be a pretty good choice. It's not like super raunchy or anything like that, but it has like a little more of an edge. I can't remember if it's R-rated, if it has actual. So, but like anyway, it's just like a little bit more. I can't remember, but it's fun. It's about it stars Olivia Holt and Connor Swindle, who she's working at this department store, and she's trying to get money to help her mother who's sick, and then he wants to just be able to support his daughter who he doesn't have custody of. And so they decide that they are going to they're going to put on this heist for the big greedy department store. And he is like, the department store owner is like the worst, absolutely horrible. So it makes it easy to to root for them. And I thought that they had pretty good chemistry, and he was a fun lead, Connor Swindle, because he normally plays kind of nerdy roles. He's normally not he's not like your typical lead, and so I liked that. I liked the casting. So I think that Jingle Bell Heist is worth checking out.
So basically it is Robin Hood during Christmas time.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And just sort of like your typical heist movie, like Ocean's 11 and things like that. So,
got it. Wait, are they gonna drop through like the middle of the thing and just like, I'm grabbing this and pulling back up?
Yeah. So
we
got it. Hi, ladies. Hi. I hope you're having a great December, start to your December. And let us know if you've seen any of these, if you have any thoughts. So then keep going for Christmas movies. Then I saw The Family Plan 2, and this is on Apple Plus. This is just barely a Christmas movie. This stars Mark Wahlberg. He was in the first one. Mm-hmm. This is like as basic an action movie. It's kind of like the action movie equivalent of Champagne Problems, but I'm more of a rom-com person, so I like that basicness of that. It would just, it's fine if you want like a completely disposable action comedy family, kind of a thing, then it's fine. It's watchable, but this is like completely forgettable. A Family Plan 2. So, I would say it's one of those ones where you're like, yeah, I understand why this went straight to streaming.
There's something that could go streaming, something that could go into the box office. You got to pick and choose,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but it's watchable. It's just completely average. So then we're getting into our Thanksgiving week releases. Yes. So we had for Hallmark, we've got We Met in December, The Snow Must Go On, The More the Merrier, A Grand Ole Opry, An Alpine Holiday, The Christmas Cup, and Christmas at the Catnip Cafe. Whew, I'm tired just listing those off.
That's a long list. And yes, y'all, I'm supposed to be watching the Grand Opry next. Like after I was watching another movie, I was like,
it was fun.
I'm gonna watch it because my favorites are in that movie forever and a day.
And you might be saying, like, wait a minute, Rachel, you haven't posted episodes recaps of a bunch of those. So we have, I've recorded today an episode recapping Christmas at the Catnip Cafe and the Christmas Cup with our friend Dara.
Yes.
Mark. And then I recorded just before this, the More the Merrier recap with Thaddeus, who's one of our patrons. He's done a number of episodes of the podcast. He's actually a doctor. He's a psychiatrist. So since this one was about these doctors, I thought it would be fun to have him on. And so we recorded that. So we're going to have 2 recap episodes coming up this week. And so that is something to look forward to. Plus, we have also, I think going to actually get to interview Daniel Lissing tomorrow. It's just going to be a quick one. It's be like 5-10 minutes for his upcoming movie. So that's fun. And I have a couple other interviews and things that we'll be posting. So I wouldn't be surprised if for the next solid week, there is something on the podcast every day. So it's busy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. A lot of things are happening. The girl we're talking in the chat.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a Heartland recap, but I was so busy that I ran out of time to watch the episodes for a Monday recording, and then we were going to do it tomorrow, but through various things, they're actually doing a screening for Avatar on. So it was the Avatar screening was supposed to be yesterday, the Avatar Fire and Ash, but they didn't have the film uploaded fast enough. And so it was just a mess. And so, but anyway, they're doing it tomorrow morning at 9:00. So that meant I wasn't able to. So anyway, we're going to do next week. We're going to record, me and Micah, the final Heartland recap, the final 3 episodes of the season. So that's something to look forward to.
Definitely, a lot is happening. A lot is going to get pushed out. Don't worry.
It's busy.
It's busy. I'm behind on things too that being filmed. Don't worry. A lot of us from my end are coming too. It's just like I'm gonna get there. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. But
and I'm still only one person, so I can only see. So I can only do so much. I try. But
you're doing your best you can. Everyone appreciates you. We're doing what we can this holiday season. We're all here, there, everywhere. But let me tell you guys something.
Yeah.
Our chats have been super hot with a lot of things happening. We have baby booms happening over there with Call to Heart right now. So all the parties are like freaking out and like yay! And I'm glad that they're premiering the new season in January. You know how January is like a little dry after the Christmas season, and it's always winter movies that we don't ever get no more.
Yeah. But speaking of the winter movies, they did just announce those. Did you see that in our chat?
Wait a minute. Yeah, a lot has been happening in our chat, you guys.
Okay. It's busy. Yeah.
It's busy. I see like what?
But at the end of the once we finish these Christmas ones, then we can maybe go over those real quick.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Get my first reactions, you guys.
All right. So now we're getting into some of the ones I think that you have seen or that we talked about and whatever. Mm-hmm. So the first one is on Disney Plus. They have a new Prep and Landing short, which I love the Prep and Landing. Mm-hmm. There are a few modern animations that are cuter than Prep and Landing. Adorable. And it's called Prep and Landing Snowball Protocol is what it's called.
Ooh.
Yes. And so we have the same elves from the previous Prep and Landing. And in particular, Wayne, who's like the more sort of neurotic one. I mean, they're both pretty neurotic, but Wayne is thinking about he goes in with Santa and he's like, oh, there's some kind of problem. So he starts reciting all of these things that have gone wrong. And so you get these sort of like mini shorts within the 22-minute short. And in one, the little girl elf leaves her seal, her pet seal, in there with them, and then they lose it, and so there's all this mad rush to find the seal, and there's another one where they end up on like a desert island, and that's pretty funny and cute, and so I was so happy to see that there's a new Prep and Landing, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's very cute. Kids will love it. We'll love all of the Prep and Landing. And so they're all on Disney Plus. You should check them out. But let's talk about the main thing that you especially wanted to do this live stream. So let's talk about the Family Guy.
Well, I'm trying to record it live. Okay, so 2 things popped up around here, you guys. I saw Family Guy first before I saw Trey Kennedy. He's like notorious. He's a comedian on Facebook, YouTube. He does like all like the fall like tropes of like rom-com of the girlies of like pumpkin spice or like Christmas and stuff. So
yeah, I've seen some of those.
Those 2 dropped at the same time, you guys. So
okay,
my review because we never did spoofs before, so that episode is gonna drop. It's gonna be like 5 minutes, but it's gonna drop.
Oh yeah. So you'll have a short.
I will have a short for you guys.
So that's
good. I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek, but I don't know if I should give them a rating now or they have to wait for it though. But I did watch both of them. One's higher than the other for sure.
Okay. Well, I are you a big Family Guy fan? Do you watch it regularly?
I do. I actually caught up during COVID. Actually, I remember I was watching it periodically. Now, like I was there when the whole Brian situation happened, and I wrote my name on the petition. Like, how could you do this to Brian? But when it dropped, I was like, wait, they're making spoofs about Hallmark and rom-coms? Like you always wait for like the TV shows and show off like the spirit of like the episodes of Christmas time, but a spoof? I was down with the cause. And did it disappoint me? No. There were some good. No, it had some good lines in there. Like Stewie forever gonna carry the show. it
Yeah.
is what it is.
You're right. I mean, I have not seen very much Family Guy. Pretty much the only episodes I've seen was like those crossover with The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
And I think that The Simpsons is way better. Like way funnier, way better. And so I just never really got into Family Guy. But this spoof to me, this parody, I didn't think it was that great. I felt like it was pretty lazy. I think anybody, you spend 5 minutes brainstorming, almost anybody could come up with these jokes. And it felt, I guess what was frustrating to me is it really felt like these people were parodying and spoofing Hallmark in 2019, 2015, maybe even like that era, the Bill Abbott era of
Oh my
Hallmark Christmas
gosh.
movies. That's what they were parodying, which is just feels like, oh my gosh, everybody has done, this parody. Like, just made it feel kind of tired to me. Um, there were a couple good, spots. So she's the big city girl coming from Big Pie to steal the recipe from Aunt Maud's pie shop that's run by uh that's run by Peter. And so that is classic, but it was so interesting when we were doing the preview. I noticed that because we preview the Great American Family movies, we don't recap them, but we previewed them. And almost every single one of those movies was City Girl coming back to the country, like and it made me realize, like, wow, Hallmark has upped their game, because there's only a couple a season anymore that have that plot.
Or maybe the plot twist was, even though they made the titles like Hallmark Lifetime, maybe it was a kind of a low dig to, like, Great American.
Maybe.
I don't know, but it was just, I just like, okay. But I'm not gonna lie, when Peter got frozen,
there were a couple jokes that I didn't even really understand. Like he has the hot local girlfriend who was cast to attract male audiences, but they'll never get. I don't even know what they're talking about there. Like that is not a thing. Like, I can't think of a single Hallmark movie where there's like the hot other woman who's there to attract a male audience. Like, that's not a thing. That was a weird joke, I thought. I was like, what? What are they talking about?
I'm really thinking about this right now. I'm like going through like different movies. I'm like maybe the Stuck Up Girls, but I'm trying to think of like
there was like I thought of 9 Lives of Christmas, the absolutely absurdly horrible girlfriend that you're like, why would you be dating this woman? They did have some mean girls, and you still see that sometimes on those BET movies. They still love that. The gold digger ex, the gold digger girlfriend.
You gotta have one.
But I still would not say that like, say 9 Lives of Christmas, she's not like, I would not say she's the hot local girlfriend cast to attract male audience. What?
Dude, as I'm thinking about it now, I have not, in all the Hallmark small town movies, seen anybody hotter.
No, that's not a thing like that. There are other ways that sometimes they try to appeal to men, like with the football movies, for example, NFL movies. So there's a few, but, or even you could say the Three Wise Men movies. You could talk about that. Like, this felt like people that had watched during the Abbott era, but that had no idea kind of way. And then also, like, they had a joke where they talked about that Patrick Duffy is playing the father, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Patrick Duffy hasn't done
he actually did play in a Hallmark. That's the crazy part.
No, but he hasn't done one since 2021. It's not like he's somebody who's in like every Hallmark movie. Like, that was a weird joke. And then Andie MacDowell, she hasn't done a Hallmark movie since 2018. She does The Way Home, but she has not done a Hallmark movie in 7 years. So that just shows to me that these are people that have a very cursory understanding of Hallmark movies. She's done some other ones, like she did Dashing Through December, that was for Paramount, but that was definitely like that was a gay love story, so it was definitely not your standard, sweet rom-com. So I don't know where they got those two. I thought that those were very weird jokes.
But I did appreciate Lainey Wilson doing opening credits.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. There were let me see what I thought was the funniest jokes. There were some like funny things, like when they're burning the plight of the indigenous people books, like to keep them warm. That was funny. I mean, I think that they think these movies are more redneck than they really are. Like, there's a few like Grand Ole Opry or something like that, but I don't know. They're more small town than they are particularly like hick or redneck or, that kind of thing. They're also not particularly religious. They have a whole joke with Peter saying grace.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, unless it's specifically a Dayspring movie, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
In most Hallmark movies.
I know there were some jokes that didn't hit.
They're not religious movies.
Yeah. There were some jokes that did not hit for me. I was like, I get where you're going with it.
And he says, please stop sending us grandma in the form of hummingbirds and sunsets. I don't even know what that is talking about.
Oh, how people pass away, like grandma sends me a sign. I'm like, okay. But I love the fact that Peter got when he fell into the water, he got frozen. It took me back to like Thumbelina when Cornelius got frozen. And I'm like,
oh yeah. Sorry, I had you muted for a second. Sorry if I was interrupting you. So apologize. Yeah, that was pretty funny. The repeated joke of the wife who my departed wife, she lives down the street. That was a pretty good joke. That was funny.
Stewie will ever save the day on comic relief. Thank you, Stewie.
Yeah, I didn't understand the joke of the meth son. What was that?
I guess Methodist and then meth. Like
what does that have to do with Hallmark? I thought that was a weird joke.
That it was very like he's studying. I'm like, I don't.
What? I didn't understand what that was parodying, what that was joking about, like meth.
Like Methodist. That's all I can think of is Methodist. That's all I clicked it.
They're not religious, and I didn't understand that joke.
Like I said, Stewie saved the day for me. that was it. Stewie and Cleveland's bloopers. That's the only thing
I did think it was funny when the girlfriend who we're supposed to hate, when she says that characters who hate pets are so sympathetic. That was funny. That was a pretty good joke, because obviously, like, there's nothing worse than in a Hallmark movie a character like, speaking of 9 Lives of Christmas. I feel like maybe these people had only watched the 9 Lives of Christmas.
We did. I'm not gonna lie. I love Lois's joke though when she's about like, I was on Forbes, and then Bonnie was like, yeah, I was on Forbes, and I was on top of it too. I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was more of a low rating compared to the Trey Kennedy's 1 hour paired spoof, which you guys sit there and watch it, you guys will laugh. Like there's jokes galore. This 1 hour is
what's it called again?
It is called, I wrote it down because how cool I am. Hold on. I wrote it down. Let me find it.
I did think that the joke, the big payoff of the joke of her ending up in paralyzed, and the small towns are not very ADA compliant, and so like that was pretty funny.
No, it had me really thinking though. After I was thinking like, why would they do that? And I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. Now, like majority of our movies we watch, we barely get like a lot of like, actors or actresses who are in wheelchair compliances or maybe handicapped sort of way, but nothing like, there's a ramp for the restaurant or ramp to your home. And I'm like, this is really true.
And I don't think Hallmark has never done I don't think they've had that one.
I know in Lifetime.
Lifetime did it with that.
I see her face. I see her face.
And there was that one.
And everything. What was her? Don't forgive us.
There was that one with the the handicapped, the cystic, not cystic fibrosis. That's not it.
Gosh, this is bad. We can't remember this.
There
Hallmark.
was one where the handicapped
I remember whatchamacallit, when he was blind with the glasses. That's the one I remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's terrible.
He's still hot though.
There was one. Okay, Down syndrome. That's what I was trying to think of. There's the one about.
Yes. When Holly made that movie, it was amazing. Holly, by the way.
Hallmark. What was it called?
Holly, I forgot the name of the movie. Don't hate us. She did.
Color,
it was amazing.
Color My World with Love is what it was called.
Yes. Okay.
That was cute, about the two people who fall in love that have Down syndrome. That one was.
Oh yes.
But that's about the only one I can think of that. I mean, there's been a couple with characters with autism, but yeah, not any with like physical handicaps.
Yes.
I can think of. So I would love for them to do that. But it was a funny way to end off this bit. But overall, I would give to the Family Guy, Hallmark.
3 for me. It's below a 3. Like I said, so still kind of say today for me. But if you guys want to check out a great spoof of Hallmark like spoofs, is Kennedy. Okay, so Trey. His name is Trey Kennedy. You can find him on YouTube, Instagram, and the movie is called A Very Merry Cherry Christmas. You guys, I think I actually have the I can tell you what it's about because I actually saved it on my phone.
Okay, it's an hour long. Okay,
like it's worth. Oh, it's not there anymore. Oh, but it's an hour long. Let me pull it up.
Now I see it. I looked it up.
Okay, read the description is underneath the video actually for sure.
Okay, yeah, the ultimate Christmas rom-com parody. I'll give it a shot. Most of these really fall flat for me because it just feels like they haven't actually watched recent Hallmark movies. Like they're going back to, that era, the Bill Abbott era. And but like the Cluster Funky, did you ever see that one?
No, I did not actually.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. That one, it felt like this is made by actual fans.
Like for him, I think he, like I said, he does a lot of parodies, like, with with fall coming and stuff like that. But this was something totally like, okay, let me sit there and watch it. Let me see what's going to happen. But jokes were landing, like singing were landing, like particular Hallmark stuff that happens in movies happens in this parody. And I'm sitting here like I feel like he captured it, like, I'm gonna pull it up. It's like, let me pull it up. I was just Cherry Christmas. So basically, so basically it is about, if I can, well, me having the sound on. Society does, like, of course, the sound will always forever be on. But so
I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, so basically, I'm gonna give you a synopsis of it after it like pulls up in my life. So basically, it is about. Boom! Here it is. Okay, so the movie about a big city burnout, ambitious journalist Tracy Maybairn returns to her quiet hometown of Evergreen Falls, California. I have not been there, you guys. The only Evergreen I know is in San Jose, in the hills. Despite the career saving story by Christmas. But disaster strikes when Evergreen Falls' beloved cherry pie 5K is threatened after hundreds of pies disappear into a sinkhole. Meanwhile, Ethan has just inherited Ethan's bakery, but he's ready to sell the whole thing to VC firm. That is until Tracy shows up with a nostalgia attitude and half-baked plan to save the festival. With holiday spirits on the line, they team up one last pie bake-off to rescue the cherry pie 5K and maybe rediscover something even sweeter than the perfect flaky crust.
So what would you give this one, and what would you give the Family Guy out of 5?
Family Guy would be a 2.5. The one I just read, a 5 out of 5. Like, their jokes were landing. Like, I literally have a joke in here that I wrote down. and because Ian asked her in the movie when they first had their meet cute in the bakery. She's like, "What are you here for?" Like chasing dreams and living out movie scenes. I'm like,
yeah.
He like, what, Mary Poppins or Mission Impossible? And she was like, let's just say no mission is impossible for Tracy. I was like, yeah, but no, like there are jokes have been landing, like fun sequences. Like I'm singing a song about hippopotamus for Christmas, you guys. It makes no sense. It shouldn't sound this good. Like literally, like I will test Miko in the kitchen versus Ian's brother any day baking pies. I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, like how many times I heard cherry pie? The songs are playing in my head, and the scene from Bring It On comes in my head, you guys, every time.
Yeah.
But no, like
all right. Well, that's good. That's good that it's a funny one. Well, so then I saw Christmas Every Day. This is the first of Lifetime's offerings, and this was quite a movie. I don't want to spend too much time on it because the Mahogany team is going to be recapping this in a couple.
I did finish it today, you guys.
Oh, you did? You watched it?
I watched it today, and let's just say Brandy's face was like beat to the gods. Hair laid to the gods.
This movie was bonkers. It was crazy. I mean, the fact that they cast her daughter as her sister was so strange. I had a hard time getting over
pretty good. I think it's her first acting role too.
Like it was strange though. I don't know. That was a barrier for me. I was just like, this is weird. Why is she playing her sister? Like it just was odd, I thought. And then everything with her mother was so strange. Like if that felt like out of a different movie to me, like it was like borderline horror movie. She's like having these breakdowns because she's losing her sight and she's an artist. And at one point she just like loses it. She freaks out. And I was just like, everything with her mom felt so disconnected from everything else in the movie. And then you have like she's with this guy, but then there's this other guy that's kind of interested in her, but she and so there's like between these two guys, and then everything planning the sister's wedding. It was pretty bonkers.
It is, but let me tell you one thing about Debbie. Like Debbie, she's iconic actress from soap opera days to movies galore. Like what? That's why
she did a good job. It just felt so disconnected from everything else to me.
Yeah, like you felt it should have been like that whole like her or character should have been a whole different movie that was
absolutely,
you know, dealing with the holidays and not having husband and stuff like that, and like losing her sight because that was her art. It's not like I'm going by my art, but like give credit to Debbie.
I was telling Anne, I was like, even though I thought the movie was pretty terrible, I do think it will give you all a lot to talk about.
No, we have a lot to talk about. We definitely have a lot to talk about.
It'll be good.
I'm not tripping because my one of my soap opera people are up in that movie, so I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like I'm not gonna like some of the fashion we're gonna talk about fashion. I know we're gonna talk about a lot of things of that, but like I said, Debbie, her acting will forever be top tier. Like I said, coming from different movies that she has played in to soap operas that she has been on, that to give her that dramatic role, because majority of the older actors like Debbie and them, they come from a background of theater before hitting like, you know, movies galore. So especially like how we have the Denzels and we have other actors who have this caliber of like their speech because they are theater trained versus like I'm just taking acting classes. You can tell the difference, you guys. There's a difference, and that's theater acting right there.
Yeah, 101. I agree. It's true. There's a certain type of just over the topness that you get with people that are stage actors that don't always know how to like calibrate it to film, you know. But yeah, I just especially that scene when she loses it and she's got like she's supposed to be like carving it and she has this giant block of wood and she's like yeah.
Like, you know what? Whoa. Release that pain, girl. Release that pain. Release that pain.
Like, wow. So then there have been two movies to talk about that I saw at least for Uptv. and Christmas in Amish Country. Did you have a chance to watch either of these? And A
I
Royal
was
Christmas
gonna
Hope?
watch that next, actually, because I was gonna watch it next, and then all of a sudden Miko decided, oh, let me just fast forward some things. I'm like, sir, this is my laptop. What are you
I would
doing?
say that Christmas in Amish Country is the stronger of the two. It's probably
Oh,
the strongest of
I'm
the
excited.
Uptv. It's probably the strongest of the Uptv releases this year. It's not amazing, but it's entertaining for what what it is. Like, it's so weird though, because I wonder if some of these movie companies, I wouldn't blame Uptv, but because they didn't, they're just distributing and not making. If they're using AI for their summaries of these movies, because this summary is not, a bunch of them this year are not accurate to the actual movies.
They not.
Like, here, this says, and even I've even noticed on Hallmark some of the summaries that like, that is not at all what happened in this movie. Like, what is going on? And but this one, it says here that it says, when a rising chef's career implodes after a harsh review, she returns to her Amish roots in rural Pennsylvania, only to find healing through slow cooking techniques and the comforts of home, including rekindling a friendship with the sweet Amish farmer she left behind. That is not, like, everything up until rekindling a friendship with sweet Amish was, everything else was right except for that last sentence.
Yeah.
The love interest in this movie is like a reporter who's following her and doing and trying to expose her as like a false chef,
Yeah.
that she, you don't have this background that you've been pretending to have. It's kind of Christmas Connecticut that way. And and so he is absolutely not Amish. The love interest is not Amish.
Not at all, you guys. Oh, and
No.
put some spinners on him on the poster, lying to folks.
Yeah, it's not. There's a farmer that falls in love with her sister that's, an Amish, and there's that, but most of this movie is her learning, remembering, and relearning how to cook these recipes.
And you know what? As I thought about this, I was really excited to watch this. I'm like, I remember reading maybe 1 or 2 books about the Amish. I thought about it, I'm like, I would, not to be like rude about it though, but I actually want to visit Amish country. I told myself, like, I want to do that. I'm like, I want to experience their world, but not in like, yeah, I have my technology stuff, but I want to experience a weekend. Like,
and there are some good ones, like pretty much any movie with Galadriel Steinman. She's done a bunch of Amish movies, and I think they're all good. And I really enjoy her. And she's even there's a whole series now that they're doing, Amish Mysteries, with Galadriel and her husband Kevin Joy. We've had both of them on the podcast. They're great. But this one it's
stronger.
This one, I mean, it's not stronger than those, but it's watchable. It's entertaining. If you want to watch it, an Amish Christmas movie, it's good, and it's not, it's pretty fair in how it portrays. Like, I didn't feel like it was treating them like simpletons. Like, I felt like they were pretty well portrayed. There's even a funny scene where he uses he goes to the bathroom outside, and he's like, they're like, why didn't you just use the bathroom? Why didn't you just use, like, we have toilets? Like,
see, this is why I want to visit Amish country. This is why the person, because some people are still traditionally like living how the Amish live, and then some actually have indoor plumbing. So I want to see, like, culture behind it.
And they also have, in this movie, they have, I guess there's all different variations, of course there would be, of Amish living, and there's some that they won't even have, like, the safety signs on the buggies and things like that, like, because that's considered English. Like, they won't have anything that's remotely English at all. And then one of the characters, they're, I think it was the daughter and one of the characters, they died because of this, because a truck hit them because they couldn't see them, because they didn't have the things. So I liked that there was some nuance to, like, the variations of Amish living, in this. And so Yeah, this one's solid. It is probably the best one that Up has done this year, and so, and then A Royal Christmas Hope. So the thing about this movie is it's completely basic and very low budget, but they don't announce that they don't figure out that he's a prince until way late into the movie.
Oh
For
wow.
like, yes, for like 75% of this movie, it's just like your standard save the I forget what it is. No, yeah, nonprofit. So it's a nonprofit thing, and he's like helping them and working with them and all of that. And she doesn't find out that he is a prince until way into the movie. So I thought that was kind of weird. But this is totally forgettable but watchable. A Royal Christmas Hope.
Of course.
Yeah.
My question, Rachel, to you is: are you thinking about doing any maybe watching maybe a oldie but goodie holiday movie that you haven't watched in eons?
So we got a comment. I so enjoy Amish fiction. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Then you'll like this one. You'll like this one.
Okay.
That's the downside of doing what I do is that I don't get to watch the old favorites as much as I'd like.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a recap of The Grinch.
Yes.
With Jim Carrey because it's the 25th anniversary. So I already have my ticket. I am going to go see that next week in the theater. I don't love it. So it's going to be interesting to revisit. I haven't seen it in many years. So it's going to be interesting to revisit.
I'm doing it. I guess I went on DVD, but I never got to see it in theaters as a kid. I'm doing it as an adult. So I'm like, I'm going to grab my popcorn. I'm going to sit there and watch it.
Yeah. I'm also going to a food and film event that some local people are doing, and we're gonna watch Elf. So I'll see that.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be next week, and I usually try to sneak in and It's a Wonderful Life or a Christmas Story. Usually, often I end up watching those after Christmas. When I have some time. As far as Christmas movies, Hallmark. As far as Hallmark movies, I watch those kind of throughout the year, so I don't feel a need to. I got to watch those during Christmas. Mm-hmm. But we did watch Switched for Christmas with Tracy Andreen and Lee Friedlander for our patron watch along in November, and that was really fun. And when that first came out, I was kind of dismissive of it because I was disappointed because I was hoping it would be really funny. Because that you have these two women switching places and stuff, I was like, that could be really funny. But because everybody knew that they were switched, it wasn't that funny, and so I was disappointed. But on the rewatch, I was, especially with Tracy and Lee there giving all their inside information, it was a lot more charming than I remembered. I enjoyed rewatching. Yeah, I enjoyed rewatching that one. But I don't get to rewatch movies in general as much as I would like, especially now that I'm doing this at the KSL movie show, because there's so many movies that I have to watch every week. And I'm having to watch movies that I probably would have skipped otherwise, but I got to cover them for the movie show. Like tomorrow I'm going to the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 screening, and things like that. So
I was talking about that, at the dinner table. I was like, "What?" I'm like, I'm not gonna go see that. But I digress. You guys don't see that.
Do you like the horror? Do you like the scary?
I like scary, funny movies. Y'all, I could go watch a scary movie, but someone to hold me and cover my eyes, I'd be like.
There are some times when I close my eyes.
I can do old school ones, you talk to the screen girl, you better run. I can do that, but the new ones with the rest of the movie of the music, I'm like, no. But I know for me wise, ooh.
Well, do you like? Well, what's funny is that for so long I would say, "Oh, I don't like scary movies," but then in once I became a critic, I was like, you know what? I just needed. It's just part of the job. I just needed to do it, and especially this year, watching so many more, and I realized that I just said that. Yet I hadn't really watched very many of them, so I was like, why did I say that? Why did I say I don't like scary movies? I barely watched any of them. It's kind of funny how I did that. But we have a comment that says, "Do you like Christmas Princess? I watch it every year." Which one is a Christmas Princess?
I know the one that just popped up on my phone. I looked it up too. Is it the one that came out in 2019? Is that the one? Because I remember watching that, by the way. A few years.
Yes, I remember enjoying that. She's a chef, I think. She's
Yes,
a cook.
and the prince came in to hire her to do like the catering and stuff like that because he didn't want the other caterer.
Yeah. I have not seen it since it came out, but I remember enjoying it, I think. So
I think
that's cool.
this year for me.
Okay, so yes, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
I love it when people have like to me it's I love it when you're asking people what are their top 10, what are their favorites, and they have unexpected ones. Even even outside of Christmas movies, like I get so tired of talking about like the same 10 movies all the time, like talking about Dark Knight and Lord of the Rings. And, it's like, yes, I understand those are excellent films, but can we like talk about something else?
Give me something underrated. Like for instance, like for me, this year I decided to do some underrated movies.
Yeah, let's dive a little deeper.
So like for me, this year I'm gonna rewatch. It was like a low budget. You know how the I guess like it's not in 4K, whatever though. But I know I'm gonna watch the Nutcracker Prince that came out in '93.
That one's you like that one?
Yes, I just like the cartoon version of like the animations. And then this movie came out in 1990.
I cannot share your love of that. I have to say,
I'm sorry,
I'm glad for you.
I just loved it as a kid. That's me.
I'm glad.
And then for me, I'm gonna rewatch A Mom for Christmas. It came out in 1990 though, but I remember watching it when it came on Disney Channel during the holiday times about a young girl who wanted a mom for
good
Christmas.
One, yeah.
And then the department store mannequin turns into the mom.
Yes.
Like, as a kid, I'm like, I love this movie. I feel like I really watched that run, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, and of course, Diva's Christmas Carol. That one's really good.
Yes, I'm just sitting here like I just want to go under like movies that we haven't watched in so long, like those type of holiday movies that are just deep cuts. Like let me just watch this.
The original Life Size, that's a good one. The second one was absolutely atrocious.
Okay. We laugh at that. We laugh because remember, Freeform created that one. We did not do that. Freeform did that.
Atrocious, but the first one is good.
Will forever be classic. Okay, you guys. And don't get mad at me. I still hadn't watched Freakier Friday. Don't get mad at me.
It was pretty good. Like especially compared because I think that Hocus Pocus 2 is absolutely atrocious. And then the Enchanted sequel was also really bad. So I was nervous about this Freakier Friday, but it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta pick your balance. It's funny because people are laughing about like there's only certain movies that can have a great sequel, and just even looking at like different like movies that came out with like either Disney or Pixar or DreamWorks, like certain franchises can hit the mark. Like for instance, like I can say Aladdin, like I can watch Aladdin down 100%. Jafar, like Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. We don't really talk about that because we skip over to the third one.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, neither of those sequels are amazing, but the third one is way better than the second one.
Like, y'all, Aladdin Daddy should be that fine. It makes no sense. To this day, I would down the hill that man is fine.
You'd like my friends over at the Rotoscopers. They love that third Aladdin movie.
Like,
they're big fans.
I still have it on VHS, you guys, because it's hard for me to find the DVD copy. I still have it on VHS, you guys. I think
it's on Disney Plus, that one.
It is, but just in case the internet dies one day, I have it in hard copy.
I mean, most of those direct-to-DVD sequels that Disney did are atrocious. But there are a few that are decent. Cinderella 3, that one's good.
Yeah. People talk about that. People talk about The Lion King 2.
That's solid. That's solid. Actually, both Lion King 2.5 is also like or 1.5, whatever. That other one, that one's fun. So there's some that it feels like okay, they tried. I even recently for an episode me and Stanford did, I watched the Pocahontas sequel. It doesn't suck. It's not like amazing, but like it's actually like watchable. I thought it was okay.
It is watchable. It's kind of like me saying I'm watching
Like the
Mulan
songs are
too.
pretty good, and like the story, because I hate the story in the original Pocahontas. It's
I love
so
the
like
music.
they make her so preachy, and the romance is so lame. I really don't like that romance. So if like just as far as core story, I actually like the story in the second one better.
Mm-hmm.
The obviously the animation and the music in the first one is superior,
Yeah.
but I it was better than I was expecting. Oh, this is gonna be garbage, and it wasn't garbage. It
Yeah,
was
if you
like
put like the
okay.
love aside, like it's so much. Like I'm more deeper on like her right path that she chooses for her life and like watching the fear guy. I was on that
Yeah,
level before they
I
get to the love part.
feel like with Pocahontas, it was such a missed opportunity because the if the story happened, which there's a lot of doubt that it happened at all, but if
Yeah,
it happened,
yeah.
she was probably like 8 or 9. She was a
And
young
it feels like
little,
it was like 10 or 12. I think no 12 or something like that.
she was like a little girl. And how much better of a story would that been if like to have a little girl coming in and saving, saving like that to me would be much more like appealing and more interesting than this preachy, annoying love interest. Like I just that like that I mean, you're making the movie for families, for kids. Why not have the lead character a kid? And that's an interesting thing, is that there are actually very few Disney films, animated films, that are about children.
That
Almost
is
all of
true.
them are for either teenagers or young adults. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that I did a whole video on it. I'll send it to you. But Lilo is one of the only like little kids under 10.
Can we count that girl? Can we count like my? Can we count Bolt as one, or that's more like the dog?
Bolt, she's 12.
Okay.
Bolt, she's 12. Like a bunch of them are 12. That's like the sweet spot where you don't want to make them a teenager, but you don't want them to be little kids. Because the reason why is because, like, if something is viewed as a children's film and not a family film, it's way less marketable. Way
Yeah.
less marketable. And so
Um.
that's why. And I mean, you have like a few characters that are secondary characters like Dash
Yeah.
or some people like that. But there's like
There's
the
more than that.
we're in Sword in the Stone, he's 12 or 11.
Yeah.
The kids in Luca, they're both 11. What's her name in Turning Red? She's 13.
Hey, that's my movie. That's my jam. That's me.
They all are, like, isn't that interesting?
Like coming of age movie.
Pinocchio is like
Hey, he's a boy.
Pinocchio and Lilo are both children, but
Yeah.
they're the exception to the rule.
Oh,
And
well,
there are
you have your
animals. There are animals that are little, but it's different because they age differently, than
true.
and then you have characters where they'll start out being little, like in Raya or
Oh
Frozen
yeah.
or Tangled even. But then
How do they get them in?
grow
That's
up.
how they catch them.
But I don't know. I just think that's interesting. Like people would assume that Disney movies are about kids, but they're actually not.
No, and it starts back in time. Like if you really go back to like even like the first like movie, I think the first time he had that first transitioning from like a kid to adult will have to be Cinderella. No.
Yeah, there's a little bit.
Take it back. It was Sleeping Beauty first because Snow White.
So Cinderella was before.
Transitioned to an adult already as like a 16.
Well, Cinderella was before Sleeping Beauty, so yeah. But there's even trying to think. Yeah, I guess maybe it might be Cinderella would be the first one.
Yeah, it was the first. Yeah, because she was a transition.
Because I mean Pinocchio. So there's Pinocchio, and then so I guess
can we
Pinocchio
count Dumbo as
Pinocchio would be the first one.
Dumbo.
What's that?
We can't count Dumbo. We know he's a baby.
Yeah, because Dumbo's an elephant. So
yeah. I'm still mad about the live action. At least I didn't pay for it though. But
Oh.
I was like, this is trash. I used to love Dumbo growing up until I learned
I hate the live action remakes.
It was trash.
There's a few that have been good, but most of them are garbage.
Like that,
I hate them.
I don't know how I sat through that movie. I'm like, this is trash. How?
And that was such a weird movie for Disney because they're making a movie about a maniacal a maniacal corporation that wants to kill Dumbo that runs amusement parks. And it's like, what? I just thought, like, the Michael Keaton character might as well have been the CEO of Disney. And I'm like, what?
You might as well.
It was such a weird movie for them to make. Like,
there's some movies that should have not been made into live action. There's a lot of movies that should not have been made into live action.
Yeah, well,
some that should have been redone.
Snow White, that was just one disaster after another. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with that, and what a mess. But I just don't like those. There's, like I said, there are a few that have been decent, but most of them have been terrible. That Beauty and the Beast was unwatchable. It was.
I would rather watch the live action when they did on ABC versus.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Like, we're still mad about the whole dress situation. It made no sense, and I feel like they should have been a well-known, like a new upcoming actress to do that part. The reason that they chose certain people to do live actors was because of their fandom.
An actress who could actually sing.
Thank you.
Sounded so bad. It was bad.
Emma, we love you, but this role was not for you. Yeah, like, this should have been somebody else who could have did that role justice and not mess up her iconic dress. Okay.
Let's see. We got a comment. It says, "Is that why Raising Dion in Netflix didn't go as far as it should have? I know it's not Disney, but the story revolves around a kid. I wish they would renew that show." Okay, I haven't seen that show.
No, I've heard the reviews from people. I've seen.
Well, it's like, so if your movie is about a child, then it's harder to market unless you want it to be like a Gabby's Dollhouse or a, specifically for that, like, pre-K. Because even if you think about most of those, they take those pre-K properties, most of them, they age up the characters. Like, you think of, like, Dora the Explorer, like, they made her 12 in the live action.
That was crazy. I did not like that at all. Because Coco. I forgot about Coco, the movie Coco, because Miguel, was he like under 10 or something like that?
No, he's not. Miguel is I think 11 or 12. And so it's fascinating. It's interesting.
That's why they canceling Dora, because they should not have aged her up. Like, they're gonna age, if they're not gonna age up SpongeBob, why are you aging up Dora? Dora is supposed to be for the kids.
Yeah. You want it to be like a little kid, exploring. That's the whole fun of it.
Exactly. I didn't want a teenage girl wearing like a crop top and some booty shorts. Like, that's not cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually didn't mind that Dora movie, but yeah, the decision to age her up was, was strange.
Hey, it was better than that Kim Possible live action that we all did not ask for. That we did not ask.
The DCOM. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it.
Are you watching the zombies movies? The new one? Did you see the new one?
I was watching it during summer school with my students because the teacher wanted to watch it because mind you, it came out the last week, the fourth one. So I'm like, let me see her and watch it with I don't understand what's going on. It was giving like high school musical. Means like a hairspray situation.
The fourth one was so bonkers. It was hilarious.
No, I don't know why that one song was hidden though. When it was singing together, like damn. But I was just like, day callers, night callers, what is going on? Everybody's like, I'm like, it just all against aliens, and I'm like, what is going on? Do y'all know the purpose of the zombie movie? I was confused. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So there we go. That is everything I have seen. I did also a couple others that I saw. I saw Jay Kelly. This is now on Netflix. This stars George Clooney as Jay Kelly. He's basically like kind of playing a version of himself. He's like a movie star, and he's sort of out. He's not trendy anymore. And he gets offered this tribute in Italy. So he goes to Italy, and he's kind of embarrassed. At first he refuses the tribute. So then they agree to give it to this other guy played by Patrick Wilson. And so then when he decides, I do want it. So then they're going to give you a tribute to both of them. So then there's this rivalry that's pretty funny between the two of them. Yes. And Adam Sandler plays his manager. And there's there's sort of like their relationship is interesting because it's kind of like how close can we really be if I'm giving you 15% of my salary? Like, how good of friends are we actually when you work for me and have to do, what I tell you? The movie is too long. It kind of drags. Most of the movie is about his relationship with his daughters and sort of their experience. And it's okay. It's watchable, but it is too long. It's probably better to watch on Netflix because I got a little squirmy in the theater. So, but it's watchable. The other one that I saw is Left-Handed Girl. This is a Korean film. It's about or is it Chinese? I can't remember. I'm sorry. That's rude that I can't remember. But it's about a mom who let's see here. It's about a mom who she opens up a noodle shop in Taipei. So I guess it's Chinese. So sorry, it's a Chinese film. It's a Chinese film about a mom who opens up a noodle shop, and she has one daughter who's older, who's 20, and she has a little girl who's like 7 or 8. Right. Okay. So there's a big gap between that. And there's a lot of animosity, and you sort of learn things along the way. There's a big twist and reveal that kind of happens. It was pretty good. Everything with the little girl is adorable, and she's left-handed, but they tell her to like hide the fact she's left-handed because they don't want her to like stand out in the crowd. And that's sort of also a theme of like, no, actually, like it's okay to stand out. And so it's a cute movie. Some of the cat fighting between mother and daughter and some of the other characters and things like that wasn't my favorite, but it's watchable. But one thing you have to be really careful. So this is on Netflix, Left-Handed Girl, and you have to make sure that you have the subtitled version, not the dubbed version, because because it's not a real dub. It's like an AI dub. So it sounds weird. No, it sounds robotic. It sounds weird. It's so I would just way rather listen to the Chinese and then have the subtitles than whatever weird voice. And Netflix doesn't even tell you. I was watching it. I'm like, why do they sound so weird? What's going on? And then I looked, and it was on the dub. But it's like, I don't mind watching on a dub if it's like a good quality with voice actors, and it's well done. But in this case, this is not. So make sure you have it on the subtitle if you watch it. But it's a pretty good movie.
I definitely agree with the whole like the dubbing, and don't tell me that AI trying to take over the dubbing jobs too. Y'all can't be doing all this. Like, let people who know how to dub these movies and these films. Like, literally, you know how hard, not hard though, but I literally had to watch season 5 of Sailor Moon because they didn't dub season 5.
Yeah, I mean, with the animation, I mean, at least like usually with those dubs, they have like actual voice actors, and they have, like that's I would still prefer the sub, but at least that's like professionally done.
Please do that. Like, I'm just saying, because like Phil Collins, he did all the songs in different languages for the Tarzan album, and that's album to this day is #1 top notch out of Disney.
Okay. Yeah. So our viewer wants to know, does Jasmine have a YouTube channel? No, we can't have her have a YouTube channel because she needs to stay and just do stuff for us.
So what happened was, that's it. Once upon a time, I never been on that channel in like forever and a day. Like, I quote unquote have a blog that I haven't touched in a very long time that has a few reviews about concerts, but that's it.
What?
So basically I have a blog. It's called Express Oneself, Expressing Your True Authentic Self. Actually, I have an IG as well, you guys. True story. So I'll go to see concerts and do like, basic fashion or do like inspirational things, stuff like that. I did concert reviews on YouTube, depending on what it was.
Concert reviews. Okay.
I think I did maybe 2. I want to say I think I did 2 videos on a concert. I think I did one on Janet Jackson and one for Craig David. And then I think I did like a post-college video, like my post-grad life, because I was going through it doing post-grad, like, because you wasn't getting no job, so over here crying my eyes out, writing articles. Like,
we've got lots of Jasmine on the podcast over the years. So if you like Jasmine, there's lots of fun stuff. Like, you can watch our recaps. Our recaps of Drop Dead Diva. You should check those out. That's really fun.
We know what we need to do. We need to pick back up on our Reba life because we saw this
we
season
will
one
at the beginning of the year. We will at the beginning of the year.
Yes, because
Yeah.
that's never check out Reba recaps too because we were like, because you never know who may get like Reba may come on here. Or
oh my gosh, I would love to interview. Like, I would love to interview Melissa Peterman.
Yes.
I keep hoping that because she's doing all this Hallmark stuff that maybe I'll get a chance and then I can ask her about Reba.
Perfect. Remember she's on the Happy Place one. I need to catch up on those episodes too.
Yeah.
They did get re-on for season 2.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that show, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, well, there we go. I think that's everything that we have to talk about. For I think everything else I have posted somewhere else. I think that's up to date with everything I've been watching. So let us know what you think about all of these different films and stuff that we've been talking about. And we'd love to hear that in the description, what you think of the live stream. And sorry, I had it muted for a second. I hope I wasn't talking over you too bad, but sorry about that. But if people want to follow you, how do they do that?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Shreem16, SHREEM16, where you'll find me either probably baking or fighting with y'all favorite nephew Miko.
And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes, and at KSL Movie Show right now on Fridays, 11 o'clock Mountain, for next little while at least. And that's been like the biggest, most exciting thing in my life. And if you want to listen to the episodes after they air, then they have a podcast version. And I think it's a really, really entertaining show. And it's just so exciting to be on the movie show. So definitely please check that out. And make sure to follow us on Hallmarkies Podcast, all over social media. Mm-hmm. And if you are, once I upload this to iTunes, if you're listening on there, please leave your ratings and reviews on iTunes. That's the biggest way that you can help the podcast for free, is to go on to iTunes and to give us a 5-star rating and review, because it helps more people to find us, helps the algorithm. And just really, and it's so hard to get those reviews. So please, please, please. And if you are listening or watching on YouTube, please give the live stream a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 10K. So please, please, please subscribe. We sure appreciate it. And then we have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything that we're doing. And you get to be part of cool watch-alongs and VIP experiences where you get to talk to stars. Like we had Tracy Andreen and Lee Friedlander, the writer and director of Switch for Christmas. In November, we're having Nina Weinman, the writer Nina Weinman, for December. We've had Paul Campbell. We've had Aaron Cahill. We've had Rhiannon Fish. We've had just a ton of amazing people for our patron events, and any level of patron sponsorship can get into those events. So please, please check it out. And we also now have ad-free episode. We have all the episodes of both podcasts on the Patreon ad-free. So if you don't like the ads, that's a great bonus as well. So check that out. And then we have our merch store where we have tons of fun Hallmark inspired designs. If you're looking for something for the Hardy in your life, for the Hallmarky in your life, we've got it, the Postable. We've got all that, plus just general movie fans. We've got some cool stuff, and theater fans, just everything at the merch store. So that really helps us out. So take a look at that. And I think that's everything. So again, let us know what you think, and happy Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.